Nice.
a much smarter play.
Yeah, yesterday with Western Gales, the Gales was the operative part. It was just so windy. It was. We woke up in the morning and there was like chairs blown over in my friend's back garden that I was staying over with to head over to the course. And like,
Oh dear,
this doesn't bode too well. Turned up to the course, and yeah, there was like, it's a really nice classic. Have you been there, Ross? Have you been to Western Gales?
Never been. No, I've played Glasgow Gales, but never Western Gales. I've heard amazing stories about it.
It's a really nice classic kind of links course right on the coast. Just that view of, you can look out over a really good links, and it's the golden long grass just kind of waving. It looks almost like a wheat field with like fairways cut into it from a distance. So
just waiting for anyone's awkward.
I don't know if this applies to everyone. Actually, Bruce, my brother, said this the other day too, so maybe it's not just me, but he says when he plays in the really strong wind, he just finds it messes up his timing. And that felt the same with me. I was just wanging it all over the place, like a terrible slice. Someone I'd got rid of recently, and it just completely came back, and I lost about 13, 14 balls. It was ridiculous. It just kept hitting it so far right. But it was always with the wind. So when I was going down, so you've got both directions. So when we're playing, the wind was blowing it onto the fairway against my slice. It was holding it up for me, so it was keeping it nice and straight. And every time I was playing back the other way, it was just completely carrying it right over the railway kind of thing. So it was just nasty. But I'd got rid of that. It's so frustrating because I've been hitting my driver actually pretty nicely the last couple of weeks, pretty straight for a change. But that just seemed to bring it back. I think it was partly psychological because it was on the holes that I knew the wind was going to carry it that way anyway. And it definitely wasn't just the wind. It was definitely me giving it a bit of a slice and the wind just like giving it a good, a good carry beyond that. So I don't know, a bit psychological and a bit kind of the wind just messing me up. But it's just so distracting, isn't it, when it's that windy? Yeah,
I think any golfer, when the wind's coming off your back, it feels a little bit tough. It feels like you're just going to lose the shot. Whereas, as you say, when it's coming into your face, when you're standing over the ball, so from the right if you're right-handed and for the left if you're left-handed, then it feels like it's going to help you. Even if you hit a cut or a draw, it doesn't really matter. It just always feels better. So certainly something I've had to battle, and I'm sure every other golfer does as well.
Yeah. Bruce said he always has to go to the range for like an hour after a windy round to try and kind of sort out his swing. So I thought if somebody at you and his level has to do that still, then I've got an excuse for playing terrible. So
I think it's just, for me certainly, it feels like the body gets ahead too much because you're trying to keep the ball down. If it's windy and rainy, I tend to play okay. It's when it's really, really windy off the left, I find it quite hard. When it's raining, there's nothing in my brain. I'm just, wanting to hit the shot and go on with it. That's probably the thing. You just want to hit it as fast as you can and get out of there.
Yeah, just get.
But when it's just blowing a hoolie, you're like, it's all you're thinking about is this wind on your back.
Yeah, I've not played a proper rainy round actually in the last little while. I've not had to do that yet, but yeah, but no, it was great fun. I loved the course. It's so nice. It's just so well kept. Like, it's just the, beautiful fairways, so undulating right along the dunes. Greens are perfect. Do you know something, as I'm playing more and more courses again, I feel like one of the biggest indicators I've found of like a really well kept course is the tees. Like, you can have really nice fairways and good greens. People always tend to try and look after the greens. Obviously you do get still a variation in quality, but it's when you turn up and all the tees are, there's 2 or 3 tees all nicely sculpted out, and they're all just like near perfect in terms of condition and surface. That seems to be kind of a place where some of the less careful golfer, let it go a little bit.
Definitely.
And yeah, Western Gales is just beautiful that way. Yeah, it's the courses where as well, like where it's in amongst the dunes and amongst the waving golden grass, all of that, and they just sculpt these little pathways between it all. It just feels so beautiful walking around in them. You've got these little narrow pathways from the tee to the fairway, or from one green to the next tee, or just between different obstacles, stuff like that. There's this little kind of effect you get where it just feels like such an interesting little place to play. Yeah, so it's a great experience.
And I think back in the day, the course designers, it was all about natural sculpting, and they didn't have machines or anything, so I think there would be situations where men would effectively move earth by hand, but typically the designer would be trying to use the dunes as much as possible in that natural walkway and things. So I find that incredible, having that vision. And these courses have lasted for over 100 years in many cases. It's phenomenal, isn't it?
Aye, that one was, they had their established all over the place. Like it was established 1880 something, maybe 1890 something. So 130 years.
And then on the tee side, I was going to say, are the tees almost like greens? Are they that good?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And it's one of those courses that has like basically a tee box for every colour as well. So you've got like 3 or 4 tees for everyone. So you're always finding your right one. It looks quite impressive when you're looking up at the tees as well, because they're in different places. It actually makes it a really, really quite a different course, just about every single tee, because there's, the blue, the reds and the blue are like quite far forward and give you a different angle. Then you go back to the yellow and it's actually like it's maybe a bit higher up. It's a bit off to the left, and then the white, and I think there was potentially another colour too. I can't remember actually, but like quite a bit further back, obviously, but also a different angle as well into the fairway. So just like different course altogether. Yeah. So even if you're not playing the medal, or you want to play the edge just for a different layout of the course, we talked about that a bit in the past, didn't we? Like, just it makes it a different game, something more interesting. Yeah,
you think it's going to be easier off the forward tees, but actually it potentially brings more trouble into play. That's the irony.
But great experience. Loved it. So I'd love to go back. I'm lucky enough to have a friend who's a member there, so I can play every now and again. So I need to get down on a nicer day.